Great to have you here on the show.
Very nice to be here.
This is interesting because you have directed before, but smaller works. This is the first time that you directed a major sort of feature-length film. Is that right?
Yes.
What made you decide you wanted to do this?
Well, I really love the novel it's based on by Nicholas Shakespeare, the English writer. And I had traveled some in Peru, which is where the story is set during the period that the story happens in. And then I worked on the screenplay with Nicholas for a long time, year and a half or 2 years or so, and just decided it's probably easier to do it myself.
Just direct it. Now, is it hard for you not to put yourself in the movie? You're a famous actor, acclaim. You ever want to get an itch to, I want to get in there, I want to be in this?
Well, in a certain way, that would sort of, it would mean my least favorite actor is working with my least favorite director. That would be one thing that holds me back, despite the great impulse I have to do that. The second thing is I would have to listen to the sound of my voice.
You don't like the sound of your voice. I've heard that before. You really don't like your voice.
No, I really don't like it. So, I mean, the idea of listening to myself for a year and a half in an editing room, listening to that voice, it just makes me nauseous.
Well, what is it about your voice specifically that you don't like? What is it?
It's quite a few things. It sounds like someone who's sort of labored under heavy narcotics for 30 years. We don't know, is this person awake or asleep? Is this person straight or gay? Is this an obscene phone call, or you know, is it just calling to see what the score of the game was?
Oh wow, you've really given a lot of thought to how you don't like your voice.
Yeah, I really don't like it. And then also, if you're in the film, then you have to look at yourself, and that's a whole other set of issues.
You don't like looking at yourself? That's insane.
No, I don't like looking at myself.
You've chosen an odd profession.
Well,
you could have been a beekeeper or something, and this never would have come up.
Yeah, I could have. Yeah. In fact, it gives me an idea.
In fact, if you become a beekeeper now, people are going to blame me. I've also read, and again, I don't know, that sometimes there's these crazy Hollywood rumors, but I've read that you love stealing coat hangers. That's something that you do. It's almost a fetish. You steal coat hangers.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say I love it. I mean, in a way, I'm the victim here, clearly. First of all.
Okay.
Because obviously it means I must have something in my childhood or background or something that distressed me so much that I go into a hotel and steal a coat hanger.
No, I mean, it's interesting that you bring that up. Why do you bring that up? I feel like this is a therapy session gone horribly awry, or going very well.
No, I think it's going
terrifically well. Yes, you owe me a lot of money now.
I know, yeah, thank you. Yeah, how much is it? It's 200?
It's like 400 an hour for me,
400 an hour?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
No, a lot of people point to an incident in my childhood when I was wrongly judged to have not won the Easter egg contest when I was in first grade, and was forced then to quit school, swear at the teacher, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, let's back this whole train up for just a second. You believe, when you were young, you were in first grade, you were in an Easter egg contest where you had to decorate Easter eggs.
Yes.
And you lost. You came in...
I wish you wouldn't say that. Please don't say that.
You didn't lose. You failed to win. You were judged to not have won.
I was judged to not have won.
You were judged incorrectly in your view.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. And what was your reaction when you lost?
I sort of grew up a lot with my grandfather, who sweared a lot. So there was a great deal of swearing as I packed my pencil box and my things, you know.
You gave the finger there for a second. I don't know if you're aware of that.
Actually,
we're going to have to hexel that, I think.
A rap thing.
Yeah. So, a rap thing, yeah. So, there you are in the first grade. You explode at the teacher, yell all these obscenities, and you march out.
Yeah, but then I remembered that my father's office was very close to the school, and then it would only take a certain amount of time for the teacher to go to the principal to call my father, and then that would sort of be it for me.
Right.
So I went to the town square where my grandfather was in the cafe, and I, worked myself up into a huge kind of sobbing fit and went in and said, they've kicked me out of school, etc. And he said, why did they do that? How could they do that? And I said, it's that of a teacher, Mrs. who blah, blah, blah. And he was sort of screaming and swearing, you mean they told you?
We're going to get so many letters from the deaf, I think, tomorrow.
Basically, his feeling was, how could this have happened in America, et cetera, et cetera. And I explained to him that the reason my egg was judged to be not as decorative as Debbie Weimer's was...
Was that really her name?
Yeah, Debbie, yeah.
Oh, you'll say her name, but you'll leave everything else out. Okay.
Yeah. Was because it didn't have rickrack, the thing you sew with, like sew a seam with, or...
The little up and down?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And he gave me $100, and he said, you go buy you some rickrack.
Okay, that time you said it. I actually heard you say it that time.
Sort of said it, yeah. So...
I'm right here. I can hear everything. Oh, look, a giant microphone that goes out to America.
Yeah, right. So then I went to the dime store and bought a bunch of candy and a badminton set and stuff like that.
So you didn't buy the what your dad told you to buy?
No, that was never an option.
Yeah.
I had my $100. I bought a lot of candy. I was very, very heavy at the time. And I went home, but just as I started to eat it, my father sort of was pulling up in the driveway, opening the door and taking off his belt at the same time.
Right.
But luckily, I got everything sort of hidden and buried and everything before it started.
Right. This is a seminal experience in your life. This probably changed everything for you. This is probably the reason you became an actor.
I think so.
Yeah, this is a huge breakthrough for you. That's what I'm trying to say.
It's a massive breakthrough.
Yeah, and it all happened right here in front of over 50 million viewers.
In front of millions.
Yeah. 50 million.
Now they know.
Yeah.
What went wrong.
Yeah. You... And I don't know how else to say it, but you've talked about this yourself. You have a rather large head. You've talked about this.
Yes.
You agreed. I mean, I have a big melon, too.
Yes.
Don't say yes. Say, no, yours is fine.
No, mine's gigantic.
You have a gigantic head.
Yeah, like a bucket head, like an industrial wastebasket.
You've actually put an industrial wastebasket over your head and it fits snugly?
Someone once asked my mother if she'd rather have my head full of pennies or $1 million. So that's a pretty good judge. Okay.
What kind of town is this?
Benton, Illinois.
This is the craziest town I've ever heard of.
Benton rules.
Yes. Now, so what else? You said earlier you don't like your body. What are you proud of with your body? Is there a part of your body that you're proud of that's...
Well, the only thing I think my body was ever good for was as a kind of championship leg wrestler when I was a high school football player. And I know this might terrify you, but I'm actually here tonight to challenge you.
So you want to challenge me to leg wrestling? How does it work? How does this... All right, I'll do it. How does it...
Okay.
How does it work? How does this work? I'm not quite sure.
You lay down on your back here.
Okay. Haven't done this since I got this job. All right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. I didn't say your stomach.
Oh.
Lay down on your back.
Where am I going? You want my head up here?
With your head there, and you can lay here.
Okay, all right.
Now, we're going to have to do this with our left legs because I just had surgery on my right knee, so I can't do it on my right knee.
Okay, all right.
And
I swear to God, I have no idea what we're doing right now.
Okay, I'll show you.
This is the thrill of being on TV every night. All right.
Okay, let me explain. We lock arms. Come down a little bit.
Okay, anyone just tuning in is going to freak out.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part.
Okay. Now, we lock arms.
Yeah, we lock arms.
We'll lift our legs.
Right.
To here. We go 1.
To here, 1.
2. On the third, we will lock legs. You'll try to flip me this way. I try to flip you that way. Okay?
What?
Come over here.
I could get killed.
No. You just flip over.
You just flip over?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And also,
my legs are very weak.
Yeah. I'd like
He
the
doesn't
crowd,
care.
because of this attitude, I'd like to hear the crowd chanting wuss, wuss. Okay?
Wuss, wuss? Oh, they're all too happy. This is a booby crowd. They're all too happy to be. All right.
All right.
All right.
So it's 1, 2, on the third we lock.
Okay. All right, here we go.
All right.
Yeah. All right, ready? 1, 2,
3.
Oh, man! What the hell? That was incredible. Can we see that again? Do they have footage? That was very close, I think. That was incredible. I actually tried. I actually tried to win. I've never been so humiliated. They have it? Okay, let's take a look at this right now. I just want to see what happened. See if you can slow this down just a little bit. And we can see, oh, great. Let's not slow down the explanation. Yeah, that's great, yeah. Don't worry. All right, go ahead.
You see, you look very whiny.
Here we go. That looks so perverted right there.
Yeah. What can I say, but I pity the fool.
Doesn't get better than this. John Malkovich, everybody.